What's up, y'all? All right. I wanted to make a quick little video here, talking about Orchid. So there's kind of a lot going on with Orchid right now. For those of you who don't know, which probably should be all of you, I bought Orchid way back when, roughly around 50 cents over here, and it went down a crazy bunch. So kind of why I wanted to make this video is twofold. Why I'm planning on staying in a bad trade, which seems counterintuitive, and what's going on in the moment, which is very interesting. So um, where to start on that? So why don't I just start by describing why I'm going to stay in this bad trade. So I entered at around 50 cents here, and it's gone down quite a bit. It's at, what's it at here? It's at 33 cents right now, which is quite a bit down. But the reason why I wanted to kind of talk a little about why I plan on staying inside this bad trade is because the markets are very cyclical, and if you understand how market cycles work, you understand that this could one day soon, do very well and reach its all-time highs. Now, I don't know that for sure, but it's possible, and I'll just tell you why in a second. So, to be honest with you guys, I don't want to try and defend a bad trade too much, because I do believe this is a bad trade. Whenever you enter a trade, you should have what's called a stop loss. And a stop loss is if the price goes down if the price goes down below a fuck guys, I should edit these things. If the price goes below a certain level that's below where you bought it at, you sell. That way you minimize your losses and you don't do what I did and you hold it all the way down. So I should have stuck to my stop loss, and then if I wanted to re-enter this trade, buy back at what I thought, and buy back at a floor. But I didn't do that. So now I'm kind of forced into holding this thing long term because I don't want to accept this kind of loss. Now I'm okay with that. I am okay with holding something like this long term, and I'll explain to you guys why. So if we look at this Wall Street cheat sheet, this is actually a very important graph we're looking at here. So this graph that we see right here is actually very, very representative of what goes on in many different markets: the stock market, the crypto market, whatever market. So if we look at here, what this is showing us is whenever we look at market cycles, before something's about to take off, there's a time of disbelief, a time of hope when it starts to tick up, optimism, belief, really euphoria. You guys can see it for yourselves. But so this is a parabolic move up. It's just kind of curving its way upward here, reaches brand new higher high price levels, and then there's a correction, and then it goes all the way down, and then it consolidates. People panic, people get angry, and then basically all the weak hands get shaken out throughout the course of this movement here, and then it enters into a new cycle of depression and disbelief. And if you guys look over here, this disbelief area of the chart is the same as this area over here. So what this is kind of showing us is this is the cycle of a market where things go up, they crash, they consolidate, and then they start to tick back up. Now, it's uncanny how often markets follow this pattern. Now they don't always have to, but it's crazy how often they do. Now while taking a look at this, now let's compare this chart to what's happening with Orchid right now. Now it's not the exact same thing, but if we look at these two charts, they're very, very similar in the sense that Orchid had a massive run up, and then it crashed, and it's been sloping down ever since then. So what happens over here? There's a massive run up, there's a crash, kind of consolidates, and then it enters a new cycle. So what I'm hoping with Orchid is that we may be in either a depression or still in some kind of consolidation phase here. We did have this tick up. This, you know, could represent this anger area. We don't really know. Now, the thing is, if I hold this months and months and months, and if the bull run indeed does come, which I believe it will, I have no problem thinking that this will eventually do very well. Hopefully, if the bull run does indeed come, and this cycle does indeed pan out, as I think it will, you know, this could reach all-time highs, and I can make a anywhere from like 60 to 90% ROI. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just assume it's a 50-ish level, and then all-time. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. And then we look at all-time highs. All-time high to the top of the candle would be, you know, 60-ish% return on investment. To the top of the wick, 90-ish. So, you know, I am willing to hold this thing long term. So I'm not too worried, but at the same time, though, I don't like being forced to hold this long term. I mean, no one's putting a gun to my head, but I refuse to accept these kind of losses, and I believe it will do well in the long term, so I'm just going to hold. So, but with that, all that being said, I should have stuck to my stop losses, just sold once this broke below this kind of flag or wedge pattern. See, I bought somewhere around here, around the apex. This is real rough, guys, but and then it broke down. I should have either sold somewhere around here or predicted there was going to be a rally and sold back up here. I didn't do it. I believe I was in the like not paying attention while this was going on. I should have been following this more closely, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't have all my money in Orchid, so I'm not too torn up about it. But just to delve into some technical analysis at the moment, there's something very, very interesting going on literally right now with Orchid that's very relevant to the price action. So if you guys see here, I mentioned in another video how I didn't really understand why Orchid consolidated or found support at this price range, because there's no historical price hit. There was no price history here before, so it's kind of weird that it found support here. But what I did was I zoomed out some more and look at that. Oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense. So this is the price where Orchid first began. Now if we look here, this point acts as this resistance / support point is at the top of the wick. This one is at the bottom. So if we take a look at what's happening right now, this makes a lot more sense. So price found support at the very beginning of Orchid's price history. So this makes a lot of sense. But what's really significant is if we zoom in and look at what's happening in the moment, the price is almost literally exactly on that support level, the top of the wick. So this is a very, very important, influential price point for Orchid. If Orchid can hold this support level and maintain above it, that is very hopeful news for the future price of Orchid here. If Orchid can hold this, hopefully soon it could start to make a movement upwards and maybe able to retest support. Probably will. But if it breaks down below this support level, the next support level was at the top of the wick I showed there, at the top of the candlestick. Sorry, I showed there before. And if we break below sorry guys, if we break below these two, then we're gonna see a 30-cent Orchid, a 28-cent Orchid. Yeah, it's gonna go down quite a bit, which is I wouldn't like that to happen. But at the same time, if it does happen, not the end of the world. Because again, my strategy is to hold this thing for months if I have to, and then we'll just have to continue the cycle, and then eventually, and when the bull run does come, which I believe it will come relatively soon here within the next few months, maybe even sooner, maybe end of September, October, who knows. I'm not making a prediction. But personally, I predict that the bull market will come within the next few months here. Do not quote me on that. So yeah, look at that. Okay, this is interesting. So we're looking at the 1 minute chart here. It's starting to break above. Why don't we take a look here at, so the volume is low. That's not real good news if you want to see the price go up. You want to see high volume. You want to see high buying volume if you want to see the price go up. If you see high sell volume, that's the price can go down. So let's take a look at the MACD here on the 1 minute. What's it saying? Oh yeah, the market's very uncertain right now. Very uncertain. If you see here on the RSI, it's kind of forming a wedge pattern. That means hasn't broken above or below. Market's not really sure what to do because this is a very important price level. Same with the MACD. It's, yeah. All right, let's take a look at a higher. Let's see if we see anything interesting here. So okay, this is kind of interesting. So let's take a look at the MACD. We had a crossover event here on the 4-hour chart in the bullish direction, so that's kind of good. That points towards some upward momentum here in the relatively short term. Although the RSI is relatively flat, that might even be, oh yeah, a lower low on the RSI. It's not really what we want to see if we want the price to go up. And the histogram sticking down as well, so it looks like a movement upwards is going to continue, but it's losing strength, and it's going to lose strength fast here. So yeah, lower volume. This looks like it's downtrending for sure. And what do we see? The 1 hour, let's see. Yeah, 1 hour doesn't look too promising either. Yep. Is that a crossover event? Hold on. Crossed here, but just touched it here. So let's see here. So the 1 hour MACD is looking still bullish. What's the RSI saying? It's flat. All right. I'm just trying to see right now if I can gain some insight into what direction the price will go at these different time frames. So when I trade, I kind of like to start by taking a look at the big picture of the price movement, like the daily chart or the 4 hour, and then I go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour, to the 1 hour to the half hour, 15, and then 5, then 1, just to, because looking at all these different time frames just give you a different idea of what the price action is gonna be doing here. Yeah, lower low on the RSI. Ooh, do we have a crossover? Yep, we might. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah. Yeah, guys. So you know, we're not looking too hot on these indicators. So I do not anticipate a major breakout anytime soon. Now the question is whether or not we will consolidate. Ooh, there's a crossover. So the next bullish indicator I'd be looking out for is if or twofold right now. If we can maintain above this price level, and if we can move under the 9-day exponential moving average here. If we can break above, if we can hold above this and break above that, you know, that's bullish. But all in all, I don't see a whole lot that points towards a major price reversal market here. So we may continue to downtrend. We'll see. I don't know whether we'll hold these levels or not. But I guess, guys, main takeaway here is unless you're holding either a stock or a cryptocurrency that you really have good reason to believe will do well in the long run, really stick to your stop losses, because if not, you'll be either forced to sell at a significant loss or hold for longer than you anticipated or wanted to, because a lot of my holdings are tied up right now, which makes me unable to day trade, which I would like to be doing right now. So I'm just kind of waiting for something to do well so I can sell and start day trading, because I refuse to sell at a loss when I can just hold and sell and profit, a couple weeks, couple months if I have to. So yeah, guys, unless you want to be forced into a position you don't want to be, stick to your stop losses. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. That's it for now. Thanks for sticking through this long. If you have, if you'd like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I made a video the other day on Baidao that did a lot better than expected. Thank you to everyone who liked and subscribed. That's really awesome. This channel is really new. And I'm not a super experienced day trader, guys. Like, I'm self-taught. I've been doing this off and on for years, and I've been getting into it a lot more as of late. I've been trying to improve my technical analysis skills. I wouldn't say I'm some kind of technical analysis wizard. I'm most definitely not a financial advisor, guys. This channel is just about me. I'm just some dude who's trying to learn how to trade crypto, and hopefully over time I'll improve. These videos will improve in quality and value to you guys. So yeah, I appreciate everyone who watched this. Please like and subscribe, and more content will be coming out soon. So take care, guys.